Oh boy, it's been a week since I touched this game again. I don't know why I'm slacking so much on this one. For some reason, like, wait, why's my mouse not working? There we go. Usually I play these games like back to back to back, and I'm like good to go in like 2 weeks, but for some reason I've just, it's the summer, that's why, it's the summer. Summer's always just so busy and unpredictable, so I'm not able to enjoy being in my room so much, but nevertheless, I am back. Sorry, I just gotta take one moment to reframe myself where I was. Right, so we're on chapter 3. We just began that last time, and I think before we do anything, we need to do the side request. Okay. I think I was here to talk to Raymond because Raymond has something for me. Yes. I need your help to catch me a counterfeit dealer. Well, it's a good thing he's right in front of me. There you guys are. Thank ideas you're here. You came to help me out, right? Yo, hey Raymond. Sounds like you're in a bind. Wait, are you alone? I don't see Inspector Donovan anywhere. Right, about that. He's kind of wrapped up in something else right now. Anyways, would you mind if I give you a quick rundown? Please do. According to the details of the request, you're after a counterfeit dealer again. Boy, am I. The legal reforms instituted by the new mayor allowed us to crack down on this sort of thing. The second division's beefing up its efforts against it as a result. And now, that counterfeit dealer has managed to worm her way back into Crossbell. Her way, okay. We've been staking her out for the longest time until finally I caught her in the act again. Oh wait, is it that grandma from Zero that we caught? Wait, are you saying this is the same one who came through Tangram Gate earlier this year? What kind of person does something like that? Oh, that's right, you helped us back when we screened the passengers in the bus. Let's see, how do I describe her? Yeah, she was an old lady. Foul-mouthed, frighteningly loud and fast, and surprisingly spry for her age. To sum it up, I'd say she's a bat out of Gehenna? I see. Sounds like quite the character. I'd love to meet her. I gotta hand it to you though, Raymond. Since when were you such a dark horse? Damn fine work catching that slippery old prune again. Yeah, about that. She managed to cut and run in the end, at record-breaking speed even. Things were going so well till then too. Evidently, the old woman refuses to unlearn her old tricks. Is it safe to assume her little fraudster is hiding inside the station right now then? Bingo. Man, I knew you guys were smart. Looks like she's trying to make a break for Erbonia. Bet she thinks she's already shook us off too. Heh. Little does she know I'm right on her tail. I spot her over on platform 2 waiting for her train without a care in the world. There's still some time before the next one to the Empire arrives. This is the perfect chance to apprehend her. Pump the brakes there, bud. If it's really all that open and shut, then what the hell do you need us for? Right, so here's the kicker. Since Inspector Donovan's busy, I'm the one handling this case. The problem is, I maybe maybe lost the nerve to catch her on my own. Raymond, your confidence issues aside, it's a fact that you're short on manpower here. Dude, it's an old lady. Unless this old lady's like level 100, relax, you'll be fine. Crossbell Station is a large area to cover on your own. If the perimeter isn't secured, you could easily escape. Now you get it. See, I had no choice but to call in for backup. Going to need the S3 to lend a hand if I plan on shutting down this counterfeit dealer once and for all. Basically, I need some of you on the lookout to make sure she doesn't try to slip out of the station. I mean, heck, you already caught her once before. Think you can help me take her down again? Oh, that's pretty cool. It's a callback to the last game. Okay, Raymond, I get the picture. We'd be happy to help you out. Awesome. Thanks a bunch. I owe you big time for this. So, first things first, let's figure out who's going to help make the arrest. Which of you wants to come with me? How do you guys think we should split up? I think you should assist him, Lloyd. You're the only other detective here. I would be mildly apprehensive about leaving it all up to Detective Raymond. Hey, I heard that. Aw, who am I kidding? I can't deny that I'd feel better with Lloyd in tow. Alright, that makes 2 detectives. I think it'd be a good idea to bring one more person for support. The other 4 can stay on lookout duty. In that case, who would you like to join us? Wasi doesn't even know what the old lady looks like. Noelle doesn't either. Let's bring... Should I just bring the boys? Tio, Ellie, Noelle. It probably doesn't matter, but just for like dialogue purposes. Who has not had screen time yet? God, I'm trying to think who I didn't bring for screen. Let's bring Tio. Understood. The rest of you, keep an eye on the exits. Remember who we're dealing with. Anything could happen. Stay sharp, everyone. She's the last one that joined the party, after all. Are those guys from Hayway? I don't see any sign of them. They may have already boarded the train. We should make haste. Okay, and they're going to platform 1. Attention all travelers. Pre-departure inspections on the next service to Calvert will be concluding shortly. We ask that you please refrain from boarding during this time. Sounds like the train to Calvert is departing soon. Now, where could our counterfeit dealer be hiding? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I spotted the old bag when she slipped her way in earlier. Wait, did she slip in without a ticket? Ho, a fellow trader, eh? How was business in Crossbell? Not well, I'm afraid. I had a rough go of it thanks to a business rival impeding my sales. That's rather unfortunate. Honestly, people like that are a disgrace to our industry. No, I'm sure my own shortcomings were at least partially to blame. That's why I've decided to head for the Empire and make a fresh start. Huh, your mercantile resilience is admirable. You know, perhaps it was fate that we met like this. Feel like I could introduce you to some of my connections in Urbonia. Oh my, you'd really do that for me? Well, thank you, kind sir. I believe I'll take you up on that offer. Not on our watch, you won't. Okay, she's being pretty cordial for now. CPD S3. Long time no see, ma'am. Hello, Miss Counterfeit Dealer. Perhaps you recognize this munchkin? Oh, that's true. She called her that. But you thought you lost us, huh? You're not getting away this time. Wait, what in blazes is going on? I'm afraid I don't understand. This woman? A counterfeit dealer? Ugh. State law has changed since we last crossed paths. We're taking you in on suspicion of illicit business activity. We have the station surrounded. There's nowhere left to run. Why don't you make things easy for all of us and turn yourself in already? It's me, rats. Huh? I said bite me, you shit-eating brats. Holy. What? This should have been voiced. You cornered me so I couldn't escape, did ya? Screw me once over, shame on me, but twice? If she's gonna like run on the tracks? This is why I despise the police. You're all a bunch of snakes. You know, says the snake oil salesman herself. If you don't want to get caught, then you should have just holed up in the Who asked you, jackass? So what if I'm surrounded? If you want to take me in, you have to catch me first. I don't think I'll ever get used to those words coming out of that mouth. Well, it's no time to be spacing out, Lloyd. We need to move. Yeah, right. After. All exits and entrances are secured, so all we have to do is grab her. Nice. It's like chasing those Spyro egg thieves, you know? They just... they'll just walk in a circle. Alright, where's she gonna go? Snot-nosed little punks. You want to cut off my escape? Fine, I'll just make a new one. Attention all travelers, there is an illegal here soon. Is she gonna jump onto the train? The next service to Calvert will be departing shortly. Please mind the gap and board the train in an orderly manner. That's my ticket out of here. She's gonna jump onto the train, isn't she? You're kidding. See ya. What the hell? It can't be. Inconceivable. How desperate can you get? Man, how the hell am I supposed to explain this to Inspector Donovan? Let's go, Tio. Huh? Go where? Wait, seriously? You're not actually thinking of chasing after her, are you? How else are we going to arrest her? There's no time to talk this over. We're moving on ahead. Oh, okay, Lloyd. What do I do? I can't just leave all of this to the S3. What? Wait for me. Okay, okay, Raymond. Let's go, Raymond. Oh my god. Okay, respect, Raymond. Fucking respect. Are you okay, Raymond? And he jumped at the last second too, so if he missed, he would have fucking broke his ankles on the tracks. You didn't have to jump onto the train with us, right? We can handle it from here. Yeah, I'm fine. The inspector assigned me to this case. I can't just let him down. Besides, it wouldn't be fair if you two were the only ones who got to look cool. I see. Perhaps I misjudged your seemingly non-existent fortitude. Okay. But more importantly, where's the counterfeit dealer? Should probably find our way down too before we, you know, get blown off. Okay, my dog's barking. She must have escaped into one of these passenger cars. If we start from the rear and clear them one at a time, there won't be anywhere left for her to hide. Let's move, Raymond. We're right behind you. That old bat's not getting away from us this time. Did that old lady just jump down from the roof? Yeah, who the heck is she? She's an illegal. Shut your yaps and quit gawking. What do you think this is, a show? She said the line. Are you from Hawaii? She's a demon. There she is. Oh no. What? How are you brats so persistent? Don't you know when to quit? How ironic, I was about to say the same to you. Surrender peacefully, you have nowhere left to run. Yeah. Give it up, we got you cornered. Ha, I thought you might say that. You listen well, you whippersnappers. So long as Idios' light shines on this continent, I will never be caught. Never. This is like one of those delusional, freaking like protagonists where they'll like do some crazy shit and it's like they actually get away from it because they're just actually that crazy. I think there's like a law against it too. It's not like mental illness, but it's like they're like a danger. There's so much of like a danger to themselves that they cannot go to jail. Like they'll jump off a building or something, or they'll, you know, like completely they'll put themselves in like compromising positions, but they can't be arrested because they're actually just so crazy. Like this is that old lady. She is her, the protagonist, and I'm just living in it. Seriously, what does she even think she can get at this point? Ah, never mind, after her. Get back here. If anything, this is making me get more respect for Raymond. The train is finally moving again. At last, I can finally get some rest. Right, it's time to bid our long due farewell to Crossbell. Though I can't help feel guilty for our comrades who were caught by Heiwei. Yeah, that just means they weren't adequately prepared. Their failures are their own. Regardless, we'll be certain to pay the syndicate back in kind for them one day. Wait, what? Are these mercenaries? What was that, gentlemen? Pardon me for intruding on your lively conversation. Okay, there's like a secondary story going on here. What? You're... Heiwei. Damn it, you tailed us all the way here. Did you sincerely believe Master Chow would allow you to escape so easily? Gentlemen of the anti-immigration faction, we're going to have to ask you to come with us. Once we reach Altair, we'll disembark and board a train right back to Crossbell. We're done for. Out of my way, bozos. Huh? Oh, that's pretty cool. There's like 2 sub-stories going on right now. Damn, she fucked them up. God, my damn hip. Didn't I tell you numbskulls to get the hell out of my way? Aw, rats can't just stand here. The fuzz will be on me any second. What the hell? Who's this old hag? Huh? Let me ask you something. Were those lunkheads giving you a hard time? Yeah, I guess they were. Thanks for the assist, lady. We owe you our lives. I don't know what you did to piss these goons off, but beggars can't be choosers. I need all the help I can get. So listen up if you have any sense of gratitude whatsoever. Fall in line and come with me. Who knows, pull your weight and I just may be your ticket to freedom. What? Really? Your charisma 100? You heard me, chop chop boys. Right. Damn, she just recruited these terrorists in like less than 30 seconds. Such talent. Wait. Good. What just happened? Taken down. What a beautiful skylight. Oh my gosh. She's on the roof again? And it looked like there were other people following her too. Don't tell me she had reinforcements on the train all along. This can't be. All of our subordinates should already be in custody. Ah, we must pursue them regardless. Yeah, you're right. Okay, back to the roof, everyone. What a wild ride. What the? Are those the terrorists from the Republic? The ones who attacked the trade conference? Great, we just had to run into the CPD. I don't know what you guys are doing here, but damn if we'll let you put us in irons. Take one step further and it'll be your last. This is your only warning. Evidently your guess was right on the mark. Though why these terrorists would ally themselves with a counterfeit dealer is a mystery to me. Either way, it's going to take a lot more than the threats to make us give in to terrorists. We'll bring you in by force if we have to. Wait, what? I never signed up for this. Yo, Raymond, pull your weight, man. Yo, Raymond better at least like pull out the gun or something. Actually, I got this. Hold on, let's do this. Then I'll pull them in. Actually, I should have TO'd all. Oh, he does have a gun. Yo, Raymond with the gun. Republican terrorist. Wait, no, I gotta see Raymond with the gun again. Okay. Raymond, I give you one chance to attack. He keeps missing. He missed 3 times. Raymond. That's why he's Division 2. He's 2 for nothing. What's with these pricks? The blondie's barely worth a bullet. But those other 2, they mean business. Forget it, we bought ourselves enough time. Pull back for now. Right. Huh? Lloyd, how you gonna let them just run away? That was nuts. Damn it. You let them get away again. Yes, but there is nowhere left for them to escape. Keep your wits about you. They are unlikely to go down without a fight. I gotta fight them again? Well, this is really cool scenery, though. This reminds me of Final Fantasy VII. The outskirts of Midgar. There they are. Stop right there. You ankle biters just don't know what to give up, do you? And here I thought I'd lucked out running into these 3 youngsters. Stop stalling. You're at the end of your rope. There's no one left to escape, so come quietly and surrender. That goes for you 3 as well. Yeah, you heard the man. Ugh. Damn. How could we let ourselves loose to punks like these? I swear to the goddess, kids these days have no backbone. What exactly do you mean? Do you honestly think that escaping is still a possibility? Huh. I don't just think it, I know it. Based. Did anyone ever teach you geniuses not to count your chickens before they hatch? Once we reach Altair, I'll have you right where I want you. The Republic is my turf, see? That means I'll have the home field advantage. That's not how it works, buddy. As soon as we pull into the station, the only thing left of me you're going to see is my dust. You gotta be kidding me. You're still planning to make a run for it? You're cornered on top of a moving train for Idios' sake. Ha! Now you listen here, you baby-faced little twerp. As long as there's ground at my feet, I'm still gonna walk it as a free woman, that's right. Preach your freedom. So go ahead, catch me if you can, you'll never take me alive, coppers. Now get that through those little walnuts you call brains already. Yeah, what she said. We're with you every step of the way, ma'am. Are you out of your minds? How can you possibly still think you can get away from this scot-free? Then again, if anyone ever could, I guess it'd be that old woman. Surely is off a rocker. Yo, if we don't clinch this arrest, my inspector is gonna chew my ass off. So let that crusty windbag talk. She's not getting away on our watch. Detective Raymond, I concur wholeheartedly. So if this is the way they want to play it, then we have no choice but to end things here and now. Let's go, everyone. Do whatever it takes to neutralize them. Just how many times do we have to go over this? If you punks really think you can try to stop me, then go ahead and try. Get 'em, boys. Oh, nice. She's a target. Finally. I should have saved my CP. Okay, well, it's fine. I can still... Oh, I can gather them all together. Wow, she is weak. She is super weak. Okay. Let's do... Do I have an AoE? That should be good. Okay, Raymond, he actually hit. Another one? It's actually ridiculous at how busted that craft is now. Can I summon Zeit? That's right, Zeit. Get up on here. Zeit on top of a train. Alright, now we ended. It's over. We did it. My leg. Damn these old bones. Maybe attacking the old lady was going a bit over the line. No, it wasn't, Lloyd. Wait. Oh my god, do I actually lose DP because I killed the old lady? Okay, game. You crumb-crunching bastards, you'll never get away with this. Nah, man, deserved. Deserved. Her persistence defies all reason. Not even the terrorists were able to hold out this long. Yeah, seriously. Anyways, at least we apprehended them. What's our next move, Raymond? Also, I probably had to kill her too this time, because if I didn't, she wouldn't be recorded in the log. So there's that too. Alright. Well, we'll be in Altair soon, so I guess our best bet is handling them over to the Republican army? Right. They should all be Calvarian citizens, better that they be handled by their own. Okay, let's ask the conductor to contact Altair Station and let them know we have some people in custody to transfer. Oh my gosh, what a haul. Oh, by the way, this is, I guess, my first time setting foot in Calvert too, technically. Allow me to extend my thanks, CPD, for all your hard work. We'll take custody of them from here. You can just leave things to us. Thanks. Yeah, we appreciate the help. Get moving. No. Damn you, you'll pay for this. You'll all pay. That's enough out of you. Don't tell me what to do, you pissant little bullet sponge. Don't any of you know how to treat a lady with respect? Pissant? Yeah, take her away, man. Yeah, get in the fucking car. Not to sound unprofessional, but I hope they send her somewhere we'll never have to see her again. Likewise. Well, we intend to make sure that woman never gets the chance to pull another stunt like this. So allow me to thank you one last time. Take care on your way home, you three. Yeah, we will. And thanks, too. Alright. Can I do a little sightseeing in Calvert in the meantime? Hope we did enough. Would have preferred us to be the ones who made the actual arrest. An understandable reaction, but the circumstances were not the most favorable. However, we can find solace in the fact that she was unable to escape. Here, here. Plus, this means I get to keep my ass. Don't worry, Raymond, no one wants your ass. Except for Donovan. Now I just have to write up a report for Inspector Donovan. Right. Yeah, good luck with that, Raymond. So, are we set to make our way back to Crossbell City now? Yeah, we shouldn't linger here. Sure, but since we're here, why not get some sightseeing in? Are you serious? Some other time, Raymond? As much as I'd love to walk around, what's going on? Oh, it's them. This was not the result we expected. No matter, the important thing is that we didn't let the stragglers escape. For now, let's return and report it to Master Chow. Agreed. The S3 duo then waited to board the next train back to Crossbell. After forcibly dragging Raymond away from a gift shop, the three finally bid the Republic farewell. Nice. Hey, at least we got to go to the Republic. It's my first time. Also probably the only time I'll get to see Calvert in 2D because the next games are in 3D. Imagine our surprise when we heard you got in yourselves all the way out to Calvert. Seriously though, didn't realize you guys signed up for an epic train chase. We apologize, we should have tried to contact you. Well, we managed to apprehend the counterfeit dealer, so all's well that ends well. No arguments here. Yeah, let's just leave it at that. Well, I should get back to my 2nd Division and write up a report for all of this, so I guess that means I'll be seeing all of you later. Yeah, job well done, Detective. Oh no, you two were the real stars of the show today. I don't think I had a chance in Gehenna of arresting that crass old crone all by myself. Can't thank you enough, guys, really. Not at all, we're glad you called for us. Offering support is what the S3 is all about, and the only thing you have to do is ask. For sure, I'll drop you a line if I ever need your help again. Oh my god, an actual Raymond sub-story, that is crazy. Well, I'm glad I did it. It's definitely worth it. Okay, what's our next stop? So we did that. We need to do Crossbell News. Chief Tolta, let's do Piers next, because that one is short notice. Yeah, and then we'll do Stranger Danger. So Pierre wants me to go to a restaurant in Central Square, right? Because he thinks there's some suspected infidelity. Honestly, as a detective game, I'm surprised this is the first infidelity case I'm dealing with. Just because, you know, infidelity is typically the most common cases for detectives. Is that the wife? Haha, you have a keen eye, Margaret. Forgive me for being out of line, but you truly are wasted on your husband. Okay, my dog says he's wasted too. Oh, Clyde, you always have such a way with words. Ah ha ha ha. That's the man we were told about, and sure enough, he's with the Vice Commissioner's wife. So this is Clyde, is it? Doesn't look like any host I've ever met before. Oh, we should grab a seat nearby so we don't call any attention to ourselves. There's a chance we'll manage to find something out. Understood. Let's split up and sit at different tables then. Yeah, definitely not suspicious. Came in as a party of 6, sitting as a party of 3. Oh yes, I looked over the pamphlet from before. And after seeing those photos, well, I just about fell in love on the spot. Haha, did you now? Perhaps the two of us could go and visit sometime then. If you'd like, I could even arrange for a room at the hotel. Oh no, there's no need for that. Let me guess. He's not trying to hook up with her. It's like a traveling agency, I bet. Like, this wording seems leading, but I bet it's like a misunderstanding. It's like a travel agency. I've already gone. The view was so magnificent, not a single thing to complain about. That's wonderful. And it certainly simplifies things too. Now we can move the plans forward a bit and... They do seem comfortable around each other. Sounds like they're planning a trip to Michelin together. Still, something seems off. To start, the guy's being way too much of a kiss-ass. We still don't have any decisive evidence yet, though. Let's keep listening in, then. Yeah, it's probably like a travel salesman or something. Well, now, with that out of the way, I'll be excusing myself. Of course. Oh, and I'll see you again at the club. At Nuit Blanc at the entertainment district, yes, you can expect me there, man. I wouldn't want to keep you from what you've been dreaming of any longer than necessary. I can hardly wait. Okay. Well, you did mention the host club. Guess the date is over? What should we do, Lloyd? We've yet to find out anything concrete. Let's keep tailing them. Randy, Wazzy and I will go after Clyde. Ellie, Tio, and Noelle, you three follow Margaret. Make sure you don't get spotted no matter what. Understood. Let's blow this joint. Things are heating up nicely. A tailing mission? It wouldn't be a detective game without a tailing mission. Thank God I don't have to actually do it, though. Sorry to keep you waiting, Clyde. I brought what we discussed. Clyde received a briefcase. Well, he's not carrying it. Ah, yes, thank you very much, sir. So, how do things go? Well, actually, she's been quite enthusiastic about the idea. We'll be closing the deal later at Nuit Blanc. Huh, it's good to hear. Sorry, my dog's barking again. Well, it's almost time for my next cruise ship to leave. I'll head back to Michelin and make sure everything is in order. It's all up to you now, Clyde. Secure this contract and I'll rocket you straight to the top of the firm. I won't let you down, sir. Okay. Still doesn't mean he's a host, though. Could be sales, could be traveling, could be, like, anything in between. Okay, Clyde, you got this. He's got his own car, too, damn. Man, my dog always barks in, like, a melody, too. Like, he'll bark, and then he'll, like, pause for 2 seconds, then he'll bark again. It's like an enemy rotation, you know? He does it in cadence. There he goes. The guy sure is fired up. But the sounds of it, he's meeting up with the Vice Commissioner's wife at Nuit Blanc. What should we do now? No need to keep tailing him now that we've got all the info we need, right? Well, yeah, let's contact Ellie and the others. We should regroup at the police HQ for now. I think we have just enough to nail down who this Clyde person really is. Afterwards, Lloyd contacted Ellie and the others who had started shadowing the Vice Commissioner's wife. They decided to meet the police department to relay the info to the Vice Commissioner. Okay, well, so far this request is kind of playing itself, so I don't have to make any decisions yet. Well, how did the investigation go? Has my wife been having an affair with a host, or what? Please calm down, Vice Commissioner. Ellie, what happened when you trailed Miss Margaret? Well, we watched her as close as we could, but we didn't notice anything out of the ordinary. She eventually went back home to the residential district. She didn't meet anyone else on the way. However, she does plan to meet this Clyde person at Nuit Blanc later. What? What does he think he's doing, taking my wife to a seedy place like that? Oh, that's the last straw. I'll assemble an entire SWAT team and storm Nuit Blanc. I told you to calm down, Vice Commissioner. Last thing you want to do is send an armed officer there, you know, considering who owns the place. Well, what am I supposed to do then? For every second we waste, that host gets closer to sinking his lecherous fangs into my Marjorie. I don't think you have to worry about her falling prey like that. At least not as far as hosts are concerned. What do you mean? Wazzy had it figured out from the start, but I don't think this Clyde is a host at all. Pardon me? Well, if he isn't a host, then what in Idios' name is he? He's a con artist, host, a con artist, salesman. I think he's a salesman. From what we could tell, Clyde is most likely a salesman. A salesman? Going off his speech patterns, it didn't sound like he wanted to sell something, just not his body or a good time. Exactly, his attitude in itself is proof that he's anything but a host. Gentlemen such as myself work hard to give a lonely mesdames, a brief reprieve from their otherwise painfully mundane lives. A top-class host escorts his lady with courtesy, but he would never humble himself more than necessary. We aren't there to grovel. Hey, I don't know if I'd put it that quite that way, Wazzy, but my conclusion is more or less the same. From what I could tell, Clyde and your wife didn't look at all like they were having an affair. If pushed, I'd say they'd come off more of a buyer and seller. That's the impression I got anyway. Seeing as they met several times now, it wouldn't be unreasonable to say they're working out a business deal of some kind. Even if all this is true though, just what sort of purchase is he sweet-talking my wife into? Well, if we keep running with this theory, I think we can figure out what kind of salesman he is. Clyde most likely deals in stocks and bonds, jewelry, I was thinking travel, but I'm assuming real estate because, you know, check out the place, right? Hotel, they were talking, so real estate. So he was trying to sell her a property. Now that you mention it, Michelin came up during the conversation at being Sept. At first I thought it was about a vacation, but that pamphlet suggested otherwise. Yeah, I was probably promoting upscale properties for sale in Michelin. Plus, after we tailed him to the harbor district, Clyde received something from a man in a suit. That's right, the way they spoke to each other gave me a sense that it was his boss. Might have been delivering him a contract of some sort that needed her signature. So if we piece all this together, Clyde is a real estate agent who's been in the talks with your wife about buying a property. And it's going along smoothly. Miss Margaret was so receptive, she even went to Michelin herself to scope out the location. Honestly, this doesn't really make the situation any better for Pierre because his wife's planning to buy a house without even consulting him. Like, damn, man. Kinda disrespectful. So assuming this is all true, it would explain why she's been meeting with this man so often. Hell yeah, it's all starting to fall into place. And today they entered the final negotiations, which means the contract will be signed during their meeting at Noe Blanc. Yes, I think I get the gist of it now. But wait just a second. That would mean Margaret is trying to buy a property in Michelin without even consulting me, wouldn't it? I'm not made out of money. Does she know how little a vice commissioner makes? Just how does that woman expect to scrounge up that kind of mira? Well, maybe she took out a loan? That's a possibility. He may have even convinced her to take out an unreasonably large one. That too. This is worse than I could have imagined. So he is a con man. I know what I must do. I'm going to storm into Noe Blanc myself. I'm not going to let this shark swindle my wife right underneath my nose. I'll give this Clyde fellow a piece of mind and drag Margaret out of there if it's the last thing I do. Thus spoke the hen-pecked husband. I feel like we just flipped some horrible switch inside of him. I'll tell you what, we're already here, so why don't we go and lend you a hand? Wouldn't be wise to charge into Noe all by your lonesome, don't you think? No, I can't argue with that, but is that really the reason you want to go? You have a real penchant for chasing drama, don't you, Wazzy? I haven't the slightest clue what you mean. Regardless, if you don't hold him back, I highly doubt anyone else will. Yeah, we got much of a choice. I'm not too stoked about it, but I think I can get us into the place. My old pal Zax is probably a bouncer duty at the door right about now. Zax. What the devils are you all mumbling about over there? I'm headed for Noe Blanc, and you're coming with me, that's final. Yes, sir. Alright. It would be hilarious if I ran into Shirley right now, too. And that's what's up. Think you can let us squeeze on by, Zax? Oh, and we'll want to keep this a secret from Shirley and Uncle Sigmund, but I'm sure you already knew that part. I was just wondering when you'd show up again. Didn't think of being as an errand boy, though. They have lost your touch, huh, Commander Randolph? Just like the young miss said. Dude, stop calling me that already. I think this is the same Jaeger we saw in front of the Crimson & Co. before. Alright, I'll look the other way this once. Think of it as a little favor from me to you. Just don't stir up any trouble inside, got it? I won't say a peep to the young miss of the vice leader, either. Sound good? Just dandy. Well, I played my part. Looks like they haven't arrived yet, so you better get inside if you're going to ambush them. I think I'm going to sit this one out, though. That's fine. We should keep a lower profile anyway. Well, I'm going in one way or another. Now decide amongst yourself who else will be joining me. Oh, I get to choose? Someone was worked out about this. His bravado has carried him too far to back down now. Well, I'll go. I've been looking forward to this since we took the request. The Vice Commissioner, Lloyd, and myself should be plenty, yes? Yeah, that should work. The rest of us will remain here on standby then. Make sure to contact us with your enigmas if you need backup. Will do. Okay, you two, let's head inside. Yes, in we go. Never mind, I don't get to choose. This entire request is playing itself. Damn, she's dressed up for this occasion too. Never mind, that's a hostess. Okay, we've requested that your wife and the man be seated at the table over there once they enter the club. I see. That'll do just fine. And if it turns out he really is some crooked real estate agent, I'll see to his arrest myself. Believe me when I say I'd love to see that. Don't look now, but I think that's them over there. Excuse me, I have a reservation for 2 under Clyde. That's right. Just this way, sir. Huh, my, but this is a fancy club. Oh, is it your first time visiting, Margaret? I would think you've already seen everything Crossbell has to offer with your husband so high up in the police. Oh please, that's a riot. He may be the vice commissioner, but his salary is peanuts. He'd much rather drink his night away with some hostess in a dingy bar than take his own wife out to dinner. Haha, my apologies then. It may only be noon, but allow me to kickstart the proceedings by buying you a drink. I'd be happy to accept. Don't worry, Vice Commissioner. Quiet you, I don't need you telling me what to do. So what if this snotty little tap room is beyond my means? A dingy bar suits me better, what's so wrong with that? Oh, nothing, besides your overwhelming inferiority complex. Bringing him with us was a mistake. Shall we get down to business then? Clyde retrieved what appears to be a contract from his briefcase. As you requested the purchase agreement for the villa in Michelin residential area. Damn, it's not even a house. It's a freaking villa. Simply sign your name on the dotted line and it's all yours. Oh, how I've been waiting for this moment. I'd be more than happy to sign. Okay, we were right. It's a contract for the property at the resort. So what's the plan now? We still haven't learned whether his deal is on the up and up or not. Stay away from my wife, you charlatan. Charlatan? That's not my name. What? Pierre? Oh no. This can only go well. What in the world are you doing here? Cancel this deal at once, Margaret. This crooked realtor is swindling you. I beg your pardon? Now hold on just a moment. Crooked? I haven't done anything wrong in the least. Oh, funny joke, comedy man. You can't fool me. Comedy man? What? Okay, Pierre. You actually got me. You actually got a chuckle out of me, alright? I'll give that to you. Calling him comedy man. You whining and dining my wife, buttering her up, and taking some kind of ridiculous loan out for this property, aren't you? Damn, why is everyone speaking in caps this episode? I just started recording. It'd be a cold day in Gehenna before I let you sink your grubby claws into us like that. Pierre, stay silent, woman. As the CPD's vice commissioner, Oh, now she's angry. The screen's shaking. It's vibrating. Thunder sound? I'm sorry, Snookums. That was the quickest surrender I've ever seen. Did you hear that whip crack? You go, Margaret. Goddess, how do I put up with you? You're supposed to be the vice commissioner. How could you so blindly jump to the wrong conclusion and treat this man like a criminal? Have you no shame? I'm sorry, please forgive me. Hold on, are you saying this is all a misunderstanding? Wait, it is? Well, now I'm hooked. Go on, Margaret. Spill that tea and don't leave a drop. Okay, Wazzy. Very well. Firstly, Clyde here is a respectable realtor who deals in luxury properties. Your assessment was wrong to begin with. There's nothing crooked about him at all. But I don't understand. We don't have nearly enough funds to splurge for something like this. Actually, I recently took up trading stocks in my spare time, and I've been making a tidy profit ever since. The past few days have earned me some more than your salary could in half a decade. Well, that's very... And you didn't tell your husband about this? Stocks? Now, let's be honest, my patience with you has reached its limit. You're a pitiful man who can hardly look his own wife in the eye. Even your position was only earned through luck and connections. Yeah, but I mean, he still earned it then. Even though, like, Pierre's kind of a loser. And I don't know if it's just so you can avoid being at home with me, but your late nights drinking binges are straining our finances. You were in a much better mood when you thought you were the next commissioner in line after the old one was dismissed. But then the other vice commissioner was chosen over you. Your sour grapes have made you grouse and complain incessantly ever since. Isn't that a little harsh, ma'am? Quite honestly, I didn't think I could live with you any longer. That was the reason I consulted Clyde. I hoped to use my earnings to purchase a home for myself. The plan was to separate from you before eventually filing for a divorce. Originally, that is. Gah! Out comes the claws. Now it's getting good. Were you born without the ability to feel compassion? Oh god, fucking Lloyd, man. Lloyd and Wazzy dynamic is actually insanely good. Like, I was not expecting this. Wait, did you just say originally? I did. You organized all of this because you were afraid of losing me, didn't you? Up to now, you've been too afraid of me to step foot in the house. I'm impressed that you went through all of this. So tonight, I want you to come home so that we can sit down and talk this through together. Damn, okay, Margaret, a real one. Margaret. Very sorry, Clyde, but we're going to have to put this purchase on hold. That can't be, Margaret. We were so close. It's not as if I've cancelled the deal entirely. But it was wrong of me to negotiate alone. I look forward to discussing this again in the future. Pierre and I may not be separating, but the property still interests me. I'm sure I'll purchase it eventually. Well, I would have preferred to close the deal today, but I suppose I can't force you to sign a contract. I'll just excuse myself then. Wow, a salesman actually not, you know, putting a gun to your head saying, sign the dotted line now. Do it. I played too many Yakuza games, that's why. Turns out Clyde wasn't guilty of anything in the end. Makes me feel kind of bad for suspecting him the way we did. Who cares about his feelings? What matters is that we kept the vice commissioner sinking marriage afloat. Wazzy just incredibly based every time. I should be going too, Pierre. I'll see you again tonight. We have plenty to discuss, so come straight home after work, understood? Yes, snookums. And so he dons the leash yet again. Was not expecting a freaking Pierre backstory, but here we go. Ahem, excellent work today, S3. We're glad that everything worked out in the end. It's a relief to know your wife wasn't being taken advantage of. That's all well and good, yes, but now I'm going to be paying out the nose for a villa I've never even seen before. Thank the goddess we're not getting a divorce at least. I suppose we can use a new place as a weekend retreat. Margaret did seem charmed by it for what it's worth. Yeah man, sometimes you gotta give in and let that lady have what she wants. Besides, the funds are coming out of her own stock market earnings in the first place. Which is a whole different kind of worms. How did Margaret even manage to? It's fine, I need another reminder of how much more capable she is than me. Well, you reap what you sow, as they say. Be that as it may, as long as I'm still a married man at the end of the day, I'm grateful. Yeah, my thanks, S3. Anytime, Vice Commissioner, you can always count on us. We'll just show ourselves out now. Yes, immediately. Alright. That's 2 down. What's next? Stranger Danger. Yeah, let's do Stranger Danger first, and then we'll go to the mines. Megalobat outside of the deserted mine. Yeah, sounds good. This is Armorica Village, right? Yep. Okay. It's been a while. Armorica is east, I believe. Yeah. I keep forgetting I have the truck too. I don't have to take the bus or anything. There's just so many modes of transportation now. It's kind of crazy. Just what does my fool of a son think he's doing? It's concerning, yes. I believe there's a possibility he's been... Oh, hey Chief Tolta, you called for the S3? Oh, and Mr. Hayworth is here too. There you all are, I've been waiting for you. I take it you've seen the request? Thanks for coming. Sure thing. Why are you here though, Mr. Hayworth? As it so happens, he has a stake in this particular problem as well. After talking things over, Chief Tolta and I decided it would be prudent for us to consult with the S3. Considering the circumstances, we thought the situation called for a professional investigation. Well, if that's the case, this must be a serious issue. I recall the description mentioning that this has to do with your son, correct? Yes, it's a very complicated matter. I can brief you on all the details if you're ready to accept the request. Now a good time. Alright. Thanks, I'm in your debt once again. As for what's going on, my son Derek has been acting strange recently. I get the sense of some kind of a sinister plan in the works. Sinister? Is it really that bad? Well, I don't know the details yet. As a matter of fact, I don't know what's going on through that boy's head at all. You see, not long ago, Derek told Harold that Armorica would no longer be doing business with him. Really? Well, why would he do that? Haven't you always been on excellent terms with the village, Mr. Hayworth? Yeah, I've done my best to be kind to the people here ever since we started doing business. So I came to see Chief Tolta today because I was afraid there has been some kind of misunderstanding. And let me guess, the chief here was just out of the loop as you are. Am I right? Yes, you are. We never intended to wrong Mr. Hayworth like this. Losing a customer in him would have been a grave loss for our village. I'm sure my son is fully aware of that as well. This certainly is strange. What reason could Derek have to go over your head and make a decision like that so rashly? Well, that's exactly what Harold and I have been discussing. In doing so, a certain questionable individual came to mind. Derek has been meeting with a foreign from out of state recently. A foreigner? Damn foreigners. We don't have that many details on him for the moment. First it was that scammer lady, and now all these Calverdians causing trouble. Never trust a Calverdian. All we know is that he and Derek have been talking behind closed doors. Nothing says suspicious quite like the secret meeting. Quite right. As such, my request to you is to investigate this foreigner for us. If he truly is plotting some sort of nefarious scheme, we need to put a stop to it at once. Well, I apologize if this comes off as rude, but is something like this truly worth submitting a support request for? Surely the logical approach would be to simply speak with your son yourself. Well, don't think that's our call, Tio. Well, I'm embarrassed to say so, but the young lady is correct. Derek and I have been at odds on how to best run the village for a long time. I've tried to confront him about this, but I can never get an answer out of him. As his father, it pains me to admit that. No wonder you decided to consult us. Well, that about brings us up to speed. We'll be investigating immediately. I was thinking we could start by interviewing each of the villagers. You'll feel free to do so. Incidentally, Derek and Elkin are delivering produce to the city right now. You may be better off speaking with them last. Thanks for looking into this. Hope you can get to the bottom of things. Well, we'll do everything we can, Mr. Hayworth. So we need to talk to everyone, okay? She has the same sprite as the old lady. Derek hardly ever comes home these days. Hope he hasn't gotten himself mixed up in any dangerous business. What does it say? Let's go speak with the villagers to learn more. Okay. Time to learn more. Is he planning on burning down the village and then trying to like claim hazard pay or something? The foreigner who's been coming by is quite a cheerful fella. He's never without a smile. Something about it really puts me at ease. Okay. He smiles a lot. Excuse me, I have a few questions for you. Lloyd asked about the foreigner. Oh, him? Well, if I had to describe the man, I might say considerate. Can you elaborate? Well, once he was passing by the children as if they were playing, and then they accidentally got his clothes dirty. Rather than raise a fuss, he paid it no mind. In fact, he even gave them some candy. I didn't decide whether to thank or compliment or apologize to him. He had me speechless. Interesting. Well, thanks for your time. It's that old movie trope where it's like the rich guy's passing by and like, yeah, some kid like drops their ice cream cone on his clothes and he's like, "It's okay, kid. I'll buy you another ice cream or something." There's something up with that monocle guy. He acts nice and smiles all big, but his eyes look like they're hiding something. Yeah, you're right on the money, Stip-on. This foreign guy's been coming to the village, gave us some candy. Thought he'd yell at us for getting his clothes all dirty, but he didn't. Man, it's a good thing nice people like him exist. Mom spanked Camille the other day. His butt was all red like an apple. Okay, Polly. Whatever you say. There's been a guy in the village lately who's dressed all to the nines. He told Gramps that I was such a capable lad. Of course, Gramps was thrilled. I could tell he was just flattering me, though. Okay, so he's trying to fool all the old people. Well, I mean, if you're gonna fool any people with like tradition, you're gonna wanna go with the elder demographic, obviously. Excuse me, I have a few questions for you. Oh, him? He's got a keen eye, I can tell you that much. What do you mean by that? Well, the man's become infatuated with our honey. He was raving about it being a surefire hit that he could sell across the entire continent. Sell across the entire continent? What? Is he a trader or something? Well, I've never heard him outright say it, but that seems likely. With discerning tastes like that, I'm sure he's already made a name for himself. I'd be thrilled if my grandson were to follow his example. Is that so? Well, now we know the dude is some kind of merchant. It's good info to have. Thanks for your help. Not a problem. Feel free to talk to me again anytime. I get it. But currently, honey produce is strictly, it's like for local use only. So that's why Derek's trying to oppose Chief Tolta. It's because it's a difference between keeping the honey local in Crossbell rather than trying to make it international. I already have that recipe. Evidently that foreigner has been around the block a few times. He immediately sensed my love for Celia and cheered me on. What a great guy. What a great guy. He knows my love life. A nice man has been hanging around here lately. I heard he's from a famous foreign company. I never heard him brag about it though. Nice to know that there are still some people with class in this world. Yep, and you guys? Excuse me, I have a few questions for you. Lloyd asked about the foreigner who's been visiting Armorica village recently. Oh, the man who's been staying here on and off. Well, he's pleasant enough to be around. Very polite at that. Polite, huh? I see, and would you happen to know this man's name? Let me think, I believe it was Minith. Or at least that's what he wrote in our guest registry. Minith, at least we know we have a name to work with now. Is there anything about the individual you know? Well, he wasn't too chatty, so there's not much to tell. He did call Derek up to his room a couple times to talk about something or another. That's pretty much all I know. Sounds like the secret meetings Chief Tolta has been worrying about. Yeah, not the most game-changing information, but it's something. Thanks for your help. Not a problem. Happy to be of service. But if you really want to thank me, why don't you order some food while you're here? Sure. Nah, I already have it all. I brought a book called True Mysteries from Crossbell from the library. The story of the man searching for his lost head gave me chills. That's a spooky one, alright. Still, if you don't have a head, how can you possibly cry out to people asking them to find it? Ah, now it's not so scary anymore. Immersion gone. I think there was a book in here, but I already got it, I'm pretty sure. This one, right? Yeah, I already got it. And that does it for the sheets. Before I had Stefan, I've always wanted to be a maid in a hotel. After helping out here at the end, I have to say, it's enjoyable work. It's good. Find meaningfulness in your job. Okay. We have more info to go off of now that we've spoken to all the villagers. Man is named Minith, and he's believed to be a foreign merchant. He's supposedly a kind man as well. He's supposedly a kind man, Ellie says with a concerned look. The type that's courteous, patient, and caring with kids. On the other hand, we don't know why he's here in the first place, and that's suspicious in and of itself. Well, you make a good point. Yes, we never did learn of a motive in any of those conversations. Well, the biggest thing that stands out is him talking with the village chief's son in secret. That doesn't pass the smell test. I'm inclined to agree it's incongruent with everything else we've heard. I say we should follow up with that. Wait, look over by the entrance. Is that... Who's that's not Derek. That's Elkin, the one who went with Derek into the city. Must have just gone back. Let's go speak with him. Okay. Oh, I never checked this room. Elkin's been elated ever since the Minith person sold him an orbital truck for cheap. I understand the feeling, but he'd be better not to go over the moon. He had better not be so over the moon that he gets into an accident while driving it. Okay. So now the guy generously donated a truck to him? Excuse me, Elkin. Got a couple of things we'd like to ask you. Eh? Oh yeah, what can I do for you? Let me guess, you came to ask about my shiny new orbital truck here. No, sorry to disappoint. I'll take that paint job, though, for my car. But it's the Vern's company's latest model. Minith gave it to me for real cheap. Hold on just a moment. By Minith, do you mean the foreigner who's been visiting the village recently? Just how cheap are we talking here? Get this. I got it for the low price of just 50,000 Mira. Only 50,000? What I wouldn't give to be that lucky just once. Does the goddess have it in me or something? Easy, Noel. I can see you turning as green as your hat. Sorry, force of habit. Moving past Noel's mechanophilia, the average market value of a new truck should be nearly 500,000, which makes the amount you paid exorbitantly low. That would be a 90% discount. Sounds more like charity than a bargain. Well, he said the price cut was so we could make our work easier without breaking our budget. Okay. Obviously for transportation for goods, but transportation where? He and Derek have been working out some sort of plan. I guess it's coming along. That Minith, I tell you, my hat's off to him. Plan? Shoot, Derek said I'm not supposed to talk about it. Pretend you didn't hear that. Anyways, this Minith guy's the real deal. So you say. Wait a minute, did you come back alone, Elkin? Chief Tolta said you and Derek went to the city together to deliver produce. Well, we did, but Derek told me he'd catch a bus back to the village later. He said he had some business to take care of at the hotel in the entertainment district. Another meeting with Minith, I'm guessing. Hey Lloyd, this could be our chance. To speak with them face to face? Probably, yeah. We should head over and check things out. Thanks for speaking with us, Elkin. This was very helpful. No problem. Not that I get what you're after, but hey, good luck all the same. This guy is an NPC, true to true. He didn't clue in that he just gave out the entire bag. Alright, let's head back to Crossbell City. Time to confront. That is a humongous truck. This must be Minith's truck then. Alright, what room are they in? Are they over here? Are they over there? They're probably in like the big room, right? The big room that Gaunt's was in? Yeah. Alright, we'll meet up again tomorrow then. Good talking to you as always. Huh? Wait, aren't you? Pardon us. You're Derek from Armorica Village, correct? That's me. There's something I can help you with? I probably should have opened with this, but we're with the CPD S3. We have a few questions we'd like to ask. That's so. Let me guess, my father sent you here, didn't he? So he even called the police, huh? That's just rich. He had his reasons. I already know his game. He's snooping around to find out what I'm up to, right? Well, I have nothing to hide. Ask me anything you want. Not the reaction I was expecting. I'll get straight to the point then. We were told that you'd been meeting in secret with a man named Minith, correctly? Would you mind explaining why? Whatever, it's not as though my father can do anything about it. Minith has been helping me out with a little project of sorts. It's all part of my plan to revolutionize the village. Revolutionize the village? Why would you keep something so important from your father? Well intentioned or not, doesn't it concern him just as much as it does you? Well, I've tried talking to him about this kind of thing more times than I can count. All he ever has to say is that I've lost sight of our ideals and that making drastic changes won't solve anything. But if things continue the way they are, a rural village like ours has no future. Real, meaningful reform is the only way for us to keep Armorica alive. My father doesn't understand that one bit. I see, and it was from there that you encountered this Minith character. Unlike my father, he's actually willing to listen to my ideas. In fact, he helped me discover a huge opportunity for our village's apiary. Apiary is like honey or like beehives. I plan on working with him to launch a major enterprise in the near future. You what? Can you even hear yourself right now? Mind your own beeswax, that's all I have to say to you. Good one. You got what you came here for, right? I need to get back to the village if you don't mind. Oh man, no business sense at all. People don't really understand this too, but like even like social conversations, like that's business as well. Like just having a conversation with someone, you can like someone is getting something out of it, whether it's information, whether it's like venting, whether it's like, you know, emotional comfort or distress. Like everything is transactional. Yep, he totally blew us off. That he did. Well, hey, are any of you thinking what I'm thinking? Is it time for another tailing mission? Oh, never mind. Maybe we could try speaking with this Minith guy for ourselves. Good call. Maybe he'll give us a better idea of what that Jamoke is all about. What the hell is a Jamoke? What do you say we show ourselves in? What if he jumped out the window? Or locked the door? Here goes nothing. Who is it? I didn't order any room service. Excuse me, we're looking for a Mr. Minith? I apologize for bothering you, but we're with the Crossbell Police, S3. We have a couple of questions to ask you. Oh dear, you're police officers? Why didn't you say so sooner? Come in, the door is unlocked. This feels almost too easy somehow. Maybe he's more of a wheeler dealer than we think. Alright, we're coming in. That is the longest monocle ever. Pleased to make your acquaintance. I'm Minith. What brings you here today? Like I said, we have a few simple questions we'd like you to answer. Will that be alright? But of course, I would be delightful to help an officer of the law. Was there some kind of trouble in the area, perhaps? Well, not exactly. This pertains to you specifically. We want to know more about you and what brought you to Armorica Village. Could you start by telling us about yourself? Well, this is a surprise. But seeing as you're police officers, I suppose I have no reason to not to cooperate. Ahem. To reiterate, my name is Minith, and I'm a corporate executive. I love how it just starts playing the CPD theme. My responsibilities range from product development to sales and operations. I've been visiting Armorica Village to secure an important business deal on behalf of the Quincy Company. Did you just say the Quincy Company? Quincy? Like in Bleach? Not ringing any bells, personally? You heard of him, Mademoiselle? In a sense, the Quincy Company is a famous international confectioner. They're one of the most prominent names in their field. You can even get their products here in Crossbell. Yeah, that does sound familiar. I think I used to buy their chocolates as a kid. I always paid more attention to what was in the wrappers than what was on them. You're based. That's quite alright, young man. I too was what one might call brand blind in my youth. You see, despite working for the company, I never been one for sweets. It was my long-standing reputation as an irrefusable statesman or salesman, in fact, that led me to my current position. My apologies. I didn't mean to get us off track with my personal milestones. It's fine. We're the ones who asked. So, but what that business deal with Armorica Village you mentioned, would it happen to have anything to do with Derek, the son of the village chief? He told us that it has something to do with the future of the village. No, did he now? In that case, I suppose there's no sense of keeping those details under wraps. Yes, Derek and I have indeed built a strong working relationship over the past several days. We were aware of that much. Could you elaborate? But of course. He's not withholding the details. The Quincy Company is constantly seeking out new opportunities to grow our confectionery business. As such, the head office tasked me with a project to that effect. Our goal is to gain a foothold from which we can expand into Crossbell. In other words, you want to establish a subsidiary of the Quincy Company here in our state. Precisely. I began my inquiry by paying a visit to the department store in the city, and there I found it. The luxurious high-grade honey produced in Armorica Village. That honey is made with the lotus flowers in the village's fields. I do recall Mr. Hayworth praising it for its quality. Right, but it's only local, right? He wants it international. And he should. That honey is the product of nature's bounty, passed down through the ages for generations. Seeing those fields was like the goddess herself showing me the way to a brand new confectionery venture. I call it the Armorican Honey Company. The Armorican Honey Company? Well, I'm not exactly pushing the envelope, but I won't deny it's pretty catchy. We plan on selling candies made primarily from Armorica's village delectable honey. But in order to do so, we need the full cooperation of the villagers themselves. And so I approached the incoming chief, Derek, with the most magnificent proposal. I asked if he would like to oversee the construction of the factory as well as the new business enterprise. You offered to make Derek the manager of a Quincy Company subsidiary? Naturally, my company would make full use of its sales and marketing expertise. The fields too would be overseen by our staff. We don't want to cause trouble for the villagers after all. On the contrary, we only wish to ease their life's burdens. Where do you intend on building a factory though? After discussing a great many possibilities, I've settled on utilizing the village's private property on Old Armorica Road. Oh yeah, that place with the old shed. Since it has only ever been used for storage, Derek was readily willing to agree to the arrangement. I mean, this is, like, sure, this sounds great and all, but it's kind of a dick move that Minith didn't talk to Chief Tolta. Like, come on, are you gonna really not talk to the actual chief? You know, you're gonna talk to the young guy instead. It's kind of scummy. No doubt almost everybody here would be under those terms, especially with how keen Derek is on revolutionizing the village. Everyone comes out a winner. Isn't that just swell? So glad you understand. In my eyes, Derek's talents and strong sense of responsibility are more than enough to qualify him for the position. And with that, I've divulged all that I can. Does that answer your questions? It does. Thanks for your cooperation. I think we have a much better grasp on what's going on in the village now. Is there anything in particular that you would like to discuss further? Not at the moment, no. Sorry to take up your time. We'll be going now. No problem at all, officers. Come back again anytime. Please take care. Yeah, it's just suspicious that, like, he didn't talk to Tolta. Like, why not speak to the actual chief, you know? Where do we even begin? That is quite a plan they put together. Evidently, Minith is more like a man than we ever took him for. The whole spiel took some untangling, but it sounds like it could pay off big time. Seems too good to be true, though. At any rate, I think we got all the answers we're looking for. Yeah, let's head back to Armorica Village. Chief told us going to want to hear about this too. Okay. Hayworth's just been waiting here this entire time as well. I don't believe this. Minith is with the Quincy Company? And then there's this whole Armoric and Honey Company business? That's quite an extensive plan they have, and it involves building a factory on the village's private property, no less. Never did I take Derek as the type to pursue something like this. Has Derek returned to the village yet, by the way? That's right, I don't believe I see him around. He said he'd be returning to the village when we ran into him at the hotel. Well, I must confess that Derek doesn't come home very often these days. Indeed, he's been renting a room for himself at the Ash Tree Inn. I understand Minith has been staying there as well. Perhaps that was Derek's reason for relocating. That way his plans to industrialize our land could proceed without my knowing. What a shameful excuse for a father I am. But like, how can he do that though? How does he have the authority to do that? Like, you're the chief, not him. Or, I don't know. I don't know chief hierarchies. I wouldn't be so sure about that. What if moving into the Ash Tree was actually Minith's idea rather than Derek's? Maybe it was him who was trying to keep you from catching wind of what's going on. What do you mean? Well, I'll let our dashing leader here handle the details. Wazzy's like, I need to let Lloyd do some brain thinking so he can get some DP. Ignoring the first part, I'll do my best to explain. Is there something more to this than we realize, Lloyd? Keep in mind that I'm only speculating, but I have my suspicions about this Minith character. What do you mean? The plan he laid out for us would supposedly benefit everyone involved. Armorica Village gains a new industry, while the Quincy Company gains a subsidiary in a market that would want to expand. At a glance, it all seems well and good. Almost too good to be true, don't you think? Well, now that you mention it. As another point of concern, considering the ridiculously low price at which Minith sold a new orbital truck to Elkin, in this context, we can think of it as a upfront investment. An orbital truck isn't something you give to someone at random, not at the prices they go for. I've never heard of one selling for only 50,000 until now. What you two are getting at is that he knows he's going to make the mirror back, doesn't he? That's very strange indeed. A company as large as Quincy couldn't normally invest this much capital into an unproven startup. They wouldn't, would they? I don't like where this is headed. It leads me to believe that Minith has an ulterior motive, one that's guaranteed to make a profit. That is all just conjecture, of course, but I would still suggest that you keep what we're saying in mind. I will. We'll have to be very careful about how we approach this matter. And kudos on the fine investigative work, S3. Feels though I finally understand what's going on here. Thanks for your help. Happy to help. Are you saying that you can handle it from here? We could continue investigating if you'd like. That's alright. You've done more than enough for now. As soon as I've heard about their plans to build a factory on our property, I knew I could never support such a thing. I'll have to speak with Derek later and try to persuade him, not just as his father, but as a chief. Perhaps that'd be for the best. Well, we'll be excusing ourselves then. Don't hesitate to follow up with us if there's anything else we can do. Of course, I'll be sure to call you again if the need arises. Oh wow, this might be like a two-part request. Which means if I didn't do this request now, I might have missed out on part 2 later then. Alright, cool. Nice, I like how Hayworth's here too. Cool. Right then. Wow. That was like 3 full-on like side story requests. Nice. Well, why don't we do the old mine monster real quick since we haven't done any combat today. We've just been like completely avoiding it. So there's an enemy on where? Old deserted mine outside mines. So I have to head to... Actually, let's go to the garage. What? Where's my car? Oh, it's at Armorca village apparently. Why were you there? Ride car. Outside the old mine, right? So let's just go here. And then we go out. It's just outside the mine, right? Our wanted monster request says the target is in the old mine outside town, but it looks like we can't get in. Perhaps we should consult with Mayor Bixen beforehand. Okay. I talked to Bixen. I don't get to keep my keys from the last game. That'd be too immersion breaking. We replaced the gate at the old mine after the last one was damaged. Speaking of, would you mind holding onto this just for me? Just in case? Are you sure this is alright? We're outsiders after all. I can trust you S3 folks. Should your investigative take you there for any reason, feel free to enter. We recently replaced the ladder, so it should be easier to move around inside. Alright, cool. Nice. Alright. Now I can head inside and kill the monster. They said they replaced the ladders too, so it's easier to move around. I don't think there's new monsters though. No, I don't think so. I'll check my bestiary real quick though. This is what? Old mine? Old mine. Yeah, I found everybody already. Let's just look for my target. The base goes hard for this one though. Groovy BPM. Alright, I got all these chests down here. It better not be where the boss is. This is quite a ways down. Okay. I'm surprised it's not in this area. This area was just completely blank last time too. Not here, okay. Good to know I didn't miss any chests down here though. What? Oh, this way, okay. I was like, the path was broken. I already fought you. What level am I anyways? I'm level 66. Nice. I did not mean to run into him. Not there. Why are there so many zones here? I don't remember there being so many zones. Not this way. Let's go up here maybe. That's where the boss room is. So I'm pretty sure that's where he's at. It's a ladder. Climb up. Ah, I see. So it loops back around this way. Got it. So I went the long way for no reason. That's great. I actually went the long way for no reason. Okay, he's in the boss room then. There he is. Fat ass wombat. Since it's also been a while, just make sure everyone has dragon vision. Yes, okay, we're good. Let's do it. Time to beat these fatties. Oh my god, damage. I have like no CP. The fatties are just jumping around. Beautiful. Aerial Cannon 2. And another craft book. Look at that, it was hiding a craft book. I think this one is geared towards Tio and Noelle. Shall we begin testing it then? I'm game if you are, let's do this, Tio. Noise. Blast Hammer. Honestly, I doubt I'll use any of these just because there's too many of them. Alright. Mob dead. I gotta go this way. Backtrack. And then head up. And then around and down. Okay, good. And the last request, I believe, is stationed all the way in Harbor District. Okay. And then we can head to the main mission, which is... Wait, where am I supposed to go? Cryptids, right? Monster was sighted where? Due to the recent independence, specifically to investigate their origins and exterminate them. One is in the general vicinity of Ursula Road, and the other is in East Crossbell Highway. Okay. Right. So I can take my time with that then. It's really no big deal. Let's check out the Harbor District then. Who am I even speaking to? Oh, it's the main girl. Welcome to the CNS. Hello there, S3. Are you here on official business? Good morning. Yeah, we came to follow up on a support request from the CNS. Something about needing help with a gourmet guide? Of course, thanks for all coming. You able to start the request right away? Our stomachs are ready. Yeah, we can begin whenever. Understood. If I could just have you wait on the second floor then, the staff member in charge of the request will tell you the details. This is probably like the last game where it's like I need to craft every single peculiar dish and then present it to them. But it's like I can't do that until I reach the last chapter, or like a specific chapter, because that's when I unlock the last recipe. But we'll see what I can do. I had a feeling it was going to be you, Grace. The probability was high from the start. Well, don't sound so disappointed. Can't you show at least a little enthusiasm? It's been forever since our last collaboration. If I recall correctly, your previous support request sent us on a trip all across the state. Wait, just what are you planning to have us do this time? Request said something about gathering material for a gourmet guide, no? You know it. I got a proposal from the Crossbell Business Owners Association from a while back. Apparently they were inspired by Mayor Qua's efforts. Long story short, the CNS is teaming up with them to put on a gourmet guide. In conjunction with the Business Owners Association? What exactly does that entail? Basically, they plan to feature the best eating establishments in Crossbell State. And in addition to the coverage, each place is going to offer discounts and other deals to readers. You know how it is, keep Crossbellians mirror local and all the jazz. Pretty nifty little plan, wouldn't you say? I think I get it. Sounds pretty innovative. Sure, but let's cut to the chase. Part of this guide is going to feature gourmet recommendations from some of Crossbell's most prominent figures, like Maribel Qua of the IBC, for example, or Ilya, Theodore, and Eugene from Arc-en-Ciel. No way she's going to name drop Theodore and Eugene and not mention Euretia. The goal is to get people talking by having some sort of Crossbell celebrities, citizens share their #1 picks. That's where the S3 comes in. You'll be taking part too. That's quite the request. I can't deny that it's piqued my interest, but does the S3 really belong in the lineup like that? I ain't too keen on it either. It's always nice to be shoulder to shoulder with Ilya and Maribel, but don't get me wrong. I don't think we're going to be drawing in readers the same way they will. Let's not mince words here. We're the filler. No way, you can't seriously think that, can you? You guys have been blowing up. You've got a real fan base these days, you know? In fact, we've been getting lots of requests for lurid candids of your everyday lives. Just tell them to play the last game. There you go. They can get that experience that way. Please don't. I'm just joking. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is that you guys are popular in your own right. If that wasn't the case, I would have never asked you here in the first place. Fair enough. So what would you like us to do then? So you're on board. Good. Now let me give you the deets. First, you're going to head to whatever restaurant or food carts you can think of and try their fare for yourselves. What I want is each of you to find a dish that speaks to your soul. It's got to be the bee's knees and nothing else. I'm heading to that noodle cart, the Dynasty Noodles. I don't know how many I downed in the last game. 80% HP recovery, and it gave me like 80 CP too. It was just freaking busted. I spammed that shit in the endgame dungeon. After that, I'll have you all write a little article on your findings here at the CNS. So we have to go to eateries around the state and choose our personal favorites among them. One problem though. What if one of us doesn't come across anything they like? Well, then they're too freaking snobbish. That's what. How do you go to every single eatery and food cart in Crossbell City and you don't have a favorite? Relax. Have some faith, Noel. You know how big Crossbell is. I'm sure you can find at least one thing that tickles your taste buds. Yeah, like a half-eaten bento from a trash can or something. Don't actually eat that. But if it really comes to that, I'll just have you write a little something about all the spots that you checked out. That's only as a last resort. Ideally, all 6 of you should have a favorite dish to introduce to our readers. Which means we're headed to at least 6 different places. Anything we should look out for or avoid maybe? Let me think. Oh yeah, sorry, but everything at Michelin has already been covered. And someone else is doing the bars. Other than that, knock yourselves out. What a shame. That takes Trinity off the list too. Too bad. I'm sure Abbas will be disappointed to miss out on all the new potential customers. Sorry, Wazi. I'll put in a word for it if you guys are handling the bars. Or with the guys handling the bars. Oh, and I've already gotten in contact with all the eligible spots. So don't worry about the tab, we're paying. As long as you identify yourselves, they'll be happy to serve you their signature samples. Sounds lovely, so we just have to try 6 places minimum, excluding bars or anything in Michelin. The main challenge is going to be pacing ourselves. We'll need to eat quite a lot for every one of us to find a favorite. This is the... Imagine getting paid to chow down on food around the city. This is the best job ever. Yeah, there's no rush. Take your time and savor everything Crossbell has to offer. Once you're all done, return to the CNS so you can report your findings. If I'm not in, just let Tria know and I'll get back to the office in a jiff. Got it, well, we'll get started then. Okay. Well, I'm getting hungry in real life, so I'm going to do this next time.